Cut that bitch off!
Take it away.
All right. So you gonna be black and white?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today.
All right. Yo, what's going on? This is the Snooze Button Podcast. This is episode 5. Right?
Something like that.
Yeah, 5. I'm losing count in the scene digits.
By the way, does anyone
You said what?
does anyone know the bridge that this is? Is it the San Francisco?
Oh yeah. Special contest. If anyone can guess the fucking bridge behind Sam, you'll get a shout out on the Instagram post. You know. But yeah, if you can guess that bridge, that well-known bridge behind Sam, you get a shout out.
All right. So
yeah, I'm your host Sean Solo.
Sam Banfield, you know how it is.
All right, so I want to take a time, thank everybody for tuning in, man. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Great videos like this. All right. So, pre-pandemic, very long time ago, right? There was a special neighborhood in New York City, more so in the lower region of New York City, called the East Village, right? Check it out. In the land where there are punks, crusty kids, search and destroy, trash and vaudeville, and dollar pizzas, all rummaging throughout this neighborhood. You got your NYU kids roaming around freely, slowly going into bars and whatnot, trying to get messed up. NYU kids with fake IDs. It was magical, There was a 7-Eleven,
Oh gosh, I remember so many people would panhandle by at 7. Oh gosh.
Right, and the name of this street, St. Mark's Place. It's a very, magical and mystical place. It's almost a myth, I mean, you can go to an arcade on that street and get fucked up on beers and cheap ciders for a very low price.
Yes.
And then you have your neighborhood, you have your local trust fund kids, your Chads and your Brads, going into the 13th step. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 13th step, man. Some of you guys who are from New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's this very bro-y bar called the 13th Step. And this place, when I say it's bro-y, like it's bro-y like a motherfucker. I'm talking about like muscle-headed, frat boys with your hat backwards, particularly, energy drink Monster logos be on the hat and they wear it backwards. Mm-hmm. And they come in there and they flex their muscles. Cause you know why? Because they're bros. These are it's part of the bro code, right? Some of them they range from like, young frat boys to some of the well-seasoned frat boys, the frat boys that they're in their 40s now and they're like, reminiscing about the good times. So they go to the 13th step. And this place, it's just like how you would think it is. There's a bunch of fights, a bunch of bros fighting with security.
Girls getting all pissed.
And the women.
Like, why? Like, stop. Girls getting pissed.
Yeah. And the women who loved them.
Yep.
The women who loved them go to this bar.
Mm-hmm. And
there's a couple of times that me and Sam just ended up there. We was just like, yo, you know what? And we stuck out like a sore thumb, But it was just a place of one of its kind. I think it's still open.
Uh,
Um,
maybe.
yeah, never. There was never a time when me and Sam would like go there and then there's like a fight breaking out. Like there's a couple of times like I've walked past and I've seen like security just clock the shit out some bro, like boom,
Remember they have to
laid him out.
remember they have to drag that dude out. They call him the holy drunk.
The holy drug. Oh my god, yo, that happened. Yeah. Check it out, right? Check it out, guys. So me and Sam, we go on like I think it was like a weeknight or something like that. Definitely wasn't the weekend. So we go there. It's pretty jumping. You know, the place is packed. I think it had to be like maybe like a Thursday or maybe a Friday. Place is packed. Music is jumping. The bros is broing. The women who love the bros, they loving it, right? So we're sitting there trying to get, we're trying to, get a drink, taking the 20 minutes. So next thing you know, I don't know what the fuck happened in the back. So security is just like flying, like they pushing everybody out the way. Boom, 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 boom. So they go back. I guess they go to the bathroom where the bathroom area is. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Next thing you know, security come back. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, they had like this drunk frat boy. Had him up in the air. Like he had his arms in the air like this. Carrying him out. Like they had him like arms and feet in the air, carrying him out. And he's just like, trying to move around. Like he looked like he was getting crucified. Like he literally looked like he was getting crucified, getting carried out of a bar. And I think he tried to do something to like the bouncer. I think he tried to kick him. No, he didn't. He tried to kick one of the bouncers, and the bouncer that's holding his arm, he takes him. He's like, like punching him in his chest, and then he just throw him out. And me and Sam, we just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? Like this shit is like fucking gnarly as hell, But that's that's a normal thing in New York City, I'm guessing, Sam, you seem very speechless, like you're still traumatized.
No, because I'm gonna keep them coming, man. I got so much more to tell you. Got so much more stories, man. There's so much.
Yeah.
Like there was that story. Remember when I had to use the bathroom and the guy asked me, he said, "Oh yeah, we don't have a bathroom." I said, "We don't have a bathroom."
What? Wait, where was that? I forgot where that was.
It was some bar around St. Mark.
Yeah, it was some bar. He was like, "Would you say?" He said, "Yo, go use the bathroom." He said, "We don't have a bathroom." He said, "That's bullshit." I was saying over there. I know you got a bathroom.
Bullshit. I was there the other day, and then, which it really was.
I forgot what bar that was.
Every bar has a bathroom.
Right. Like he really, like he tried to make it seem legit too. Like, oh, we don't have a bathroom. It's like, and he was just like,
then he asked,
that's bullshit. Like,
and he asked to see my ID, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, just go through.
where it's like some geeky looking guy. Like he didn't even look like a bouncer. He just looked like some dude with like glasses, like just standing there.
Fucking owl glasses.
Or it was like Harry Potter, yeah.
Could you imagine like you're going like a bar and the bouncer's Harry Potter? Like
I know, right? Like he's built like Harry Potter. It's like, let me see your ID, please. It's like, no, let me see your ID.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, man. Oh, should we tell them about the other place?
Which one?
The Continental.
Oh yeah, Continental. I never was a customer there. I would always pass by there, but I would hear stories about it. I'm sure you have more stories about it than...
Yeah, I had a few. All right, so long time ago, kids. Back in the day, there was this mysterious place called Continental. Okay? So on the corner of St. Mark's and I think it's like Cooper's Square around that area, right?
There was that McDonald's next to it. Remember there was a McDonald's?
Yeah, it was right next to a McDonald's. So the thing about this place, the history was like, it started out as like a punk rock kind of place.
Mhm.
I guess a lot of bands would go there, you know. This was like back in the day. And then maybe like in the mid to late 2000s, it started getting very like divey. So anyway, this place it was known for their like cheap shots. I think it was like $2 shots. And you get like a variety of shots, like let's say 5 shots for like $10. You know what I'm saying? Like shots range from like Jameson, Jaeger, Fireball, like you name it. The only downside about this place was that the bouncers were pretty racist.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So a situation that happened with one of my boys, we're all hanging out and stuff like that, and we're trying to get in. And my boy, he's just a regular, you know, average black dude. He's not like, you know, very cool. Bouncer goes, "Yo, I can't let you in here." He's like, "Why? What's up?" He's like, "Oh, you sagging your pants." So he's like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" So he pulled up his shirt. He's like, "Yo, my pants is like on my waist." He's like, "Nah, I just saw you pull them up, so I'm not letting you in." So we're like, "Wait, seriously?" Like, no, he's not sagging his pants. It's just like, nah. He's just adamant. Yo, nah. He was sagging his pants. I'm not letting him in. Nah, I saw him pull him up. No.
Oh shit.
This white kid walks by. This white kid walks past us. His pants like past his ass cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, "Yo, what about this kid right here? His pants are sagging." Like, bouncer looks at him like this. Don't say a word to him. So we're like, wow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The bouncer was black. You know.
Yeah.
But and there was over a couple of times like I seen it, like I walked past and they would just kind of find a way to not let people of color. I'm not gonna say all people of color, but certain people of color, like they've had instances like that where they just won't let them in for whatever reason they feel, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just surprised they lasted that long, man. Like, if you think about it, it's crazy that they had an uprise. Like, they were in business for a really legit long time, and then I'm really amazed that they lasted that long because New York City doesn't put up with racism like that, man. They really don't.
right. It's like to a certain like to a certain extent because there was cases I even on Yelp. Like if you look it up, well, I mean the place is closed now. You
Yeah.
know, good riddance. The place is gone now, but like I've looked up like reviews on Yelp and I've seen like I've read the same type of stories. It's just like, oh, like
Yeah.
yo, my Spanish friend, like they wouldn't let him in and this and that. And it's just like, all right, it's just not.
But then why do you keep going back? I mean, there were people that would just keep coming back and referring
Well,
friends this and that.
right. So the like I mean, the people who kept going back like as regulars, obviously they're not getting affected by it. The only good thing about the place is the price of the shots.
Yeah, that was a
That's the type of place you go where you go to pregame before you go to somewhere else. So like let's say like all right, we're about to go meet up with somebody for their birthday, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we're in the city kind of early. All right, let's go to Continental, get a couple of shots, let's get lit for a little bit, and then go. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a good place. It's a pregame spot.
Right.
And the atmosphere dies off really easily. Like it doesn't get jumping. Like it'll get jumping for a little bit, and then like it dies off because
Right. Right. Didn't
But that was the only thing that was really.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, I was like, but that's the only reason why I think the place really lasted so long is because they're cheap shots.
Yeah.
Some of the bounces were cool, but some of the bounces was just being dicks.
I don't know if you remember. I remember there was this one bouncer. I remember this very well. He wore like one of those like Chinese like. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
There,
Raiding that.
he wore the Raiden hat. I'm like that is the most sketchiest looking bouncer I have never seen a bouncer. I'm like, what is this, Mortal Kombat?
Right, like that was just like you couldn't miss him. Like that was his signature like look.
I thought that was pure racism. I thought they did it on purpose for racist reasons. No.
Yeah, and he wasn't an Asian guy either. He was like some white guy, right? Well, he's like white.
It was just very weird. Yeah.
I think I had an encounter with him one time. Like I was standing, and he was like, "Yo, like you can't stand here," and I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Oh, because there's people walking past." I'm like, "Yo, this is the dance floor. People, I can't stand on the dance floor." Like it was just weird. Like I said, the only times I would go, only because like people, my friends, they had birthdays, so they're like, "Oh, what's a good cheap spot to go and get drinks?" And the only place I could think of, like, "Oh, we're trying to get shots," is like, "Oh, well, we could try Continental."
There's also Turtle Bay. I mean, Turtle Bay, like, I mean, you kind of turned me on to it. It was like, it's really cheap from what I remember. It was like you could get like a burger and fries for like what, $15.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Turtle Bay was more like uptown. It was more like 50th and like Second Ave, and then they had like dollar specials.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, I'm sorry, I'm like ADD right now. Speaking of which, we got to see the dude from Saved by the Bell, the fucking principal. Remember?
Oh yeah, fucking yo, Mr. Belding. Yeah, we met Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. That shit was funny as hell. I looked on my Facebook. They like when they do the whole on this day like a couple of years ago, it's like a memory.
Yeah.
Yo, that was like 2014. That shit was wild.
It was.
That was a fun night, man.
Yep.
I think I told you that place is gone. That place closed down.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
Yeah, somebody, there was like a slashing, like a couple of people got stabbed.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Over some pussy.
Was that really the reason?
It was always some pussy, man. Yo, majority of the crimes is always over some pussy, man. Serious. Like
lonely people out there, man. They just want.
huh?
I said, there's a lot of lonely people out there.
There's a lot of desperate people out there. It's like, dude, you're gonna, okay, you dance with the guys. You're trying to dance with the guy. You're trying to dance with the girl. The girl's like, hey, I don't want to dance. I have a boyfriend. You're still trying to insist on dancing with her. The boyfriend sees it. The boyfriend gets upset. It's like, hey, listen, you need to step off. She already told you. Now you want to get mad. Now you want to come back. Now you want to fight everybody. Now you want to stab somebody and go to jail over some pussy. Why?
Oh man.
Yeah. But anyway, back to St. Mark's, right? So
it's even better, folks. You better believe it. It gets even better.
yeah, man. I'm talking like, yo, dollar pizza, man. It's a gem.
This one's the best. All right, tell them.
Tell them. All right. So check it out, right? Me and Sam, you know, we go to this spot in St. Mark's. It's called Two Bros Pizza, right? It's a very historic place. I mean, like dollar pizza, and it tastes great, right? So we're chilling in there one time. These drunk college kids come in there, right? And you know, they're just joking around, they're just, you know, fucking around and shit like that. And I guess one of them was like super fucked up. And he goes up. The girl's like, the girl's getting like a box of pizza or something like that, like a box of pie. Mm. So this creepy guy goes, yo, I'm gonna take your pizza, right? So the girl instantly gets creeped out and like she takes her shit and like runs. Like she's like took the whole box and just she out, right? So they're all giving him shit about it.
I wonder who that was. I wonder if I knew that person. I because I know a lot of people in the area. I wonder if it was someone I knew, but I doubt it.
It looked like they weren't from there. They looked like they weren't from there. They looked like they were from out of town. And the fucking historic quote goes, yo,
I'm
gonna drink pizza.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, that. I'm gonna get to that. Yeah. So this kid's like, yo, I'm gonna drink your pizza. I'm gonna drink your pizza. And then the dude's like, that's bullshit. You can't drink a pizza.
He's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I could drink a pizza. And so I was like, that's fucking bullshit. What are you talking about?
Was this during the same day or a different day? Was that the day that the girl like ran, or was that the same day?
The girl that ran, that was the same day. That was the same dude. Like he was just like terrorizing everybody. He was just like, yo, I'm gonna take your pizza, and she did just like fucking just got just super shook and just left. And then he told his friend, yeah, I can drink your pizza.
They were probably not from New York City. They're probably from a different.
Definitely not. They probably was from like, I don't know, fucking PA or something like that. Jersey.
And then there was another time where there's a guy named Kyle, right? Wasn't there a dude that went into like Two Bros named Kyle?
No, like I think so. Like so, Sam is a fool, man. So these people was like having a whole conversation, and then they ended up leaving, and then they was like, "Wait, where's Kyle? We gotta find Kyle."
And I go, "Oh, my name is Kyle. I just ran a mile. Manicure, pedicure, nails done, filed." And then I'll never forget this shit.
Yeah, or like he just totally like just jumped. He just totally jumped into the conversation like, "Yo, my name is Kyle. I just ran a mile.
Manicure, pedicure's done, filed."
Wow. Oh man, are you crazy, man? You wild for that.
Speaking of which, there's one we were hanging out. Remember when we were all hanging out on the Upper West Side, like my neighborhood?
Was it me, you, and Noemi?
I don't remember who else was there. I don't know if it was Anthony. I don't remember who was there, but I remember we passed by the movie theater and I started screaming.
I think that was just me and you, yeah.
Yeah, so like this, you want to tell him this part, or should I tell
him? Yeah, we was. I guess we were. I guess we were on our way to. I don't know. I think it was around going to Central Park or whatever, right? And I think it was the AMC movie theater.
AMC, yep. There's the AMC button.
So I say, yo, Sam is a fool, right? So we're walking down the block. We're talking, and this lady is washing the window of the AMC theater. So Sam just like screams at the top of his lung, "Stop washing windows! That's sexist!" and just like kept walking. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I turned around, and then the girl's just like shocked. Like she like stopped, like she's like in the middle of like washing the window, and she's just like staring like with a shocked look in her face, like what the fuck just happened? I was just like,
Mind
dude,
you, I'm never really like that, man. I know how to control myself in public. I don't know why I did that, but
he was just like, stop washing windows, that's sexist. He was wild, man. He was wild.
no, every once in a while, I'm just goofy like that. But no, on some real shit, if I was like that 24/7, I would not be.
No, it was funny though. It was. I thought it was funny. It was like mad random. Like I said, I think we were like walking around your neighborhood. I think we were trying to check out that hotel.
Oh yeah, the Empire Hotel.
Empire Hotel, yeah.
Speaking of hotels, remember like the dude was like scanning and it was like invisible ink and I actually thought like
oh, we going back to East Village? All right. Yeah,
we're back now. We're back now.
Yeah, that had to be in the summertime. Yeah, we went to I think it's called the Public Hotel, some East Houston, and they have like a rooftop bar, right? That you could go on, drink, eat, take drinks, and the view's amazing. Like the rooftop, like it's great to go up there and take pictures and all that good stuff. So, I think the bouncer checked out IDs, and I guess he stamped Sam's like wrist, but he didn't see anything. So I forgot what you said. You was like, yo. I think you said, yo, I don't think you stamped me. I was like,
yeah. I said, I don't think you stamped me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and then I'm like, oh, because it's invisible. I was like, yeah, I think the stamp is invisible. He's looking at it, he's like, nah. He put the light on it. It's like it showed like on the ultraviolet.
Oh, yeah. It's cool because I've never had something like that happen.
Yeah, me either. It's weird because it's like in the daytime, you know. Yeah, man. But yeah, so many great stories in East Village. I mean, a lot has changed, man. And especially on St. Mark's. I go over there from time to time on certain weekends, and it's like you could still see like certain parts of the area they're still affected by COVID, so they're still trying to like get things together and stuff like that. You know, you still got your kids that be hanging in front of Search and Destroy, sitting on the stoop. You know, yeah, certain things will never change on St. Mark. I think Barcade's still closed. I think I don't know if I told you what happened. I think they got, because of the riots. Yeah. I think Barcade had got broken into.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, they broke the glass. They didn't even really take much. They like took a couple of bottles and then like just left. So I think
they're just mad because they lost at some of the games on the arcade machines. That's why they broke in. They got mad. They were mad as shit because they lost in Mortal Kombat and Tekken. So they're like,
right. Oh, I remember that time I went to play Mortal Kombat and he didn't give my quarterback. I told him to give the quarterback and he said, tough luck. I'm going there to get my quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, when was the last time you've been to St. Mark's? I mean, before COVID.
Before COVID, like I haven't been down there a long time. I think the last time I was there was probably when we were hanging out. Which I'm not good with dates, but I remember. I think the last time we met up, I usually meet you by whatever tattoo. I don't remember how long ago that was.
I don't think it was this year, right? It couldn't have been this year.
It wasn't this year. I think the last time I saw you was when we went to that hotel joint, that rooftop. That was the last time I saw you.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was a minute ago.
It was the last
That had
time.
to be like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long.
Yeah. But yeah, man. To anyone who's visiting, well, if you're gonna visit New York City, after COVID, make sure you check out this neighborhood called the East Village. It's a very historic spot. You go to St. Mark's. It's definitely changed now because all the hipster yuppie kids, running rampant, and they all go to NYU. They all go to NYU. Like that's a fact. Like, that's a fact.
Mhm.
But check out the area, man. Like, get you a dollar pizza. You know, I don't even know if they changed the price. I hope they didn't raise the price, but
They did. They did.
fucking hipsters, man.
Actually, I should have not said that. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Damn it, Sam! That actually could be like $2 now. I'm like, damn.
Now you know the secrets. Now you know the secret.
You know why? Because stupid hipsters from like out of state, they go there, right?
Yeah.
And then they think like, oh, like what they found out is like a hidden gem. So then they tell their friends like, oh, yo, come to New York, man. Yo, I know this really good spot. Because they want to be cool and shit. They want to be cool. For any friends are out of town, like, oh shit, yo, son, you living in New York City, man. You know where the fucking dollar pizza, yo, you mad cool, man. And then they start doing stupid stuff in the pizza shop. So then it's like, oh man, we can't sell this for $1 anymore. These people are going crazy. So now we got to raise it to like $2.
Yeah.
There
was that. Gosh.
I mean, the smoke shops are still there.
Yeah, they're always going to be there. That's always.
Yeah, the Indian guys selling the bongs and mad stuff on the corner. Yeah. Rest in peace to Trash and Vaudeville.
No, they're still around. I believe so. I mean, they're just not on St. Mark's. They moved.
Yeah, I heard the owner died though. He passed away.
Oh yeah. Jimmy. Yeah. No, Jimmy wasn't the owner.
He
Jimmy.
wasn't?
No, he was like I guess a sales clerk. He wasn't the owner.
Oh, he wasn't the owner. Okay.
No.
It's funny. I've never been inside.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool place to be inside.
Yeah. It seemed like it looked better than Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is just like, I get it. Like, listen, I get it. That's like a staple, like a monument on that block. That's like the oldest. That and maybe the St. Mark's Hotel. I don't know if you've ever seen that, like the St. Mark's Hotel.
Yeah.
Those two places are like, and Paul's Burger are like the staples of that area. But I don't know, Search and Destroy just seems too, I don't know, man. I think they got into
Well,
overpriced for the thrift clothes and shit like that.
well, the thing about Jimmy was like he was a historian for sure about punk rock culture. Like, people from all over would come to search. I mean, not search and destroy, to thrash and vaudeville to check out their fashion. I mean, not just punk people. I think like I don't know if they got Lil Wayne. I don't know if Lady Gaga came there. I think Green Day, a whole bunch of people. And he really knew about fashion. That's really what his heart and soul was in. It was fashion.
Right. Which is cool. Like that's like I said, that's a part of New York, New York history.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was like back in like the 90s and 80s when like St. Mark's and that area was really like much different
Yeah.
than you see now. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard like a lot more riots a lot more punk kids. Like you still see a couple of punk kids, like a lot of punk locals still go around there. They mostly hang in like Tompkins Square, but like that area was really,
There used to be a guy. There used to be a guy in St. Mark's. He had his own shoe repair business. So I don't know. Do you remember him? He was like this Russian guy. Kind of looked like the zigzag cigarette dude.
I think one time he's sitting on the stairs, he was like talking to him or something like that.
Yeah. So like he had his own custom shoe repair where I don't know. I guess people complained because it wasn't clean or something. It was like this little shack, man. It was really poorly made. It was like a really hole in the wall bullshit, but go in, he would customize shoes. That got shut down. But St. Mark's is just Himalayan hookah spots, a couple crystals, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, they still got that. Well, shit, I don't even know if it's there in that one hookah spot. I've never been in there, but it looks mad shaky. I don't know.
Which one?
I think it's called like Kebab or something like that. It's next to Two Bros, or I don't know if it's. I don't even know if it's there anymore. I don't know.
I don't know. One of these days we'll go down there. We'll explore. Whatever. When things get a little safer, maybe we'll go down there.
Yeah. No, definitely. Shoot, I'm thinking like, there's really, it's certain places. This one like, I think it's like a Korean fried chicken spot. That's there. It's really good. Like me and Julia used to go there. That place is really good. I've never been that Irish pub that I think it's called McBull or something like that.
Up to McBull, all the way from McBull.
I think it's called the Cave or McBulls or something like that. Yeah. It's like the old, like the only Irish pub on that block.
I feel bad.
Yeah, man. But definitely fun times in that neighborhood in general. I would have loved to have like hung out there in like the 80s or like the 90s or something like that. Like it seemed like I always looked at videos of it like back then. It seemed very Renaissance, you know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like, yo, this is what New York is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man. I would have loved to have been around when like Keith Haring and Basquiat and those other people around. That would have been a cool time to network with those people. Have like those crazy rock parties and oh gosh, like I wasn't for this like back in the 90s, you know, like the club kids and they had the limelight. You heard about that, like they turned the whole like church into like a nightclub.
I heard about that, yeah. I heard about that.
And they made a movie called Characters and with Macaulay Culkin, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know, now it's home to the wealthy kids and college kids, the frat boys, the rich frat boys and the women who love them, man.
Yeah. Yep. What other story do we have? I just remember somebody was trying to get a cigarette off of this guy, and I don't know. I don't know how to really tell that story.
I can't tell that story with a straight face. I cannot tell that story, man.
Go for it anyway.
So we was in Hell's Kitchen. I don't know what the fuck we was doing. I think it was just like usually me and Sam, we just walk around, just be bored, do shit. We just find shit, right? So we're in Hell's Kitchen, and it's like this Asian guy and this black kid, right? So I'm guessing it was like a young black kid, like he was like in his teens. He's trying to ask this Asian guy for like a cigarette. So so the Asian guy, he's not responding, but he's just he's responding with like face expressions, like,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, yo, try to talk to you, yo, you got a cigarette? And the Asian guy's like, so I think the kid, like, he looked at us and he's just like, yo, what's wrong with dude?
I was like, I
was like,
I don't think he speaks English. And then
I was like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, he doesn't speak English. Mind you, I don't know this dude.
we don't.
I'm just like, by his actions, I'm like, he doesn't speak English. So the kid gets pissed off. He just like walks away, whatever. So me and Sam, we looking at each other. Like, that was fucking crazy. What the fuck was that? So we walk like halfway down the block, and then the Asian guy's like, no, in fact, I do speak English. I just didn't want to give him a cigarette, and we just started bust out laughing. Like, that shit was hilarious, man. I was like, wow.
Never judge a book.
Yeah, never judge a book by its cover. I kind of felt messed up by like assuming that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, his reaction was just like, you know, I guess I figured he didn't understand what he was saying. I was like, yeah, he don't speak English, man.
But no, his body language was spot on, perfect.
It really was. Like, he looked bad confused, like that was his with the cigarette in his hand. Like,
what about the Gilbert Godfrey experience when we were in like what? We were in Wendy's, yo. We were in Wendy's that had the fireplace. Remember that place had a fireplace?
The Wendy's in Soho. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it's there anymore, but this location has a fireplace.
Oh yeah, like, as you may have you guys may know, like, me and Sam, when we hang out, we just have the most like dumbest random adventures. Like, if you guys hang out with us, like, it's just we just run into like the funniest, dumbest shit ever. So like we in like we're in the Wendy's on it was like I think it's like on Broadway in Soho, right? So I guess we're just ordering food and we're waiting for our food, and this dude, like, he's like all the way like secluded from everybody, right? By the fireplace. And then like this dude, he's like, I don't know, like talking dirty to whoever the fuck it was on the phone. Like he was kind of like having phone sex, but he's trying to be on the low, but you can hear his voice like throughout the whole.
Sounded like Gilbert Godfrey.
He sounded exactly like Gilbert Godfrey. Well, he didn't look like him, but he sounded just like him. It was like some Spanish dude. And we're trying to talk with, like, me and Sam, we're trying to have a conversation, and we just like hear him like just talking bad dirty to somebody on the phone, like talking bad sexual. And we're just like, what the fuck? And then we look, and he's like by like a fireplace. It's like an imitation fireplace in the Wendy's. I don't know what the fuck that was about. That was mad random. And he's just like, yeah, do what you want, baby. Do what you want. And I was just like, yo. I was like, Sam, we just gotta get off. We gotta get out of here, man. We gotta get shit though. And they was taking mad long food. I was just like, yo. Yeah.
And then there was another Wendy's story. We were hanging out with Julia, and you got the receipt. You put the name Jamal on the receipt.
Oh, Jamal, yeah. Yeah, I tend to do that sometimes. Like I'll usually because sometimes they ask for like your name, like, oh, your name. Yeah, I like to fuck with them and be like, oh, my name is like Jamal, or yo, my name is Max, you know. And so one time I did that, and Julia was with me, and I was like, Jamal, and she looked at me like, what the fuck?
Like, Jamal?
Are you serious right now? I'm like, yo, chill, like, I got this. So she was like, Jamal, and I was like, up here.
It's like Starbucks. It's almost like Starbucks in like, 'cause in Starbucks you can just give them like any stupid name in the middle.
Oh yeah, I've told somebody my name was Reggie.
You don't look like a fucking Reggie.
He was like, Reggie? I was like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that one day. I'm gonna have to start fucking with these people and not give them my real name.
Listen, you can't tell a black man his name is not Reggie. You can't tell a black guy his name is not Reggie. Like, I can pass for a Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can. What are they gonna tell me? You don't look like a Jamal. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Jamal supposed to look like? Right?
What is a Jamal supposed to look like?
What is a Jamal supposed to look like? Can't say anything. They gotta keep their mouth shut.
I told you. You said your name's Paul. They'd be like, you don't look like a Paul.
I'm like, what does a Paul look like? Paul's a pretty
a bitch. He looks like a bitch. That's what he looks like. Paul looks like a bitch.
Does he look like a bitch? But yeah, man, to close this episode out, man, yeah, we just, especially in St. Mark's in the East Village, like me and Sam, we just had like the wildest adventures, man. Like we just, we just run to dumb shit, man.
It's all by luck. I'm telling you, it's luck. I don't know if God's looking at us or if there's like a video camera or just like this is going to be a really random day for this. I don't know. It's always funny when we go down there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just like there's always like around like Soho, East Village, West Village. Oh yeah, one day we got to tell them the story. One day about the fat black pussycat. We got to tell them about that.
Oh, we put it on this one because I don't know if we're gonna. I think that'll be the last one we talk about.
You want to talk about that now?
Yes, this is gonna be the last one we'll talk about.
Okay. How should I start this? In a world not too far ago, right? There was this magical place, this magical neighborhood, pre-COVID, in New York City called the West Village, right? And in the West Village,
It was West. I think that was West. Huh? That was West 4th Street, right? Or West.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the epitome of the West Village.
West Village. Someone in the West Village.
I mean, like the freaking eye of the storm. Like West 4th is like no. Christopher Street and like West 4th is like the eye and heart of like the West Village. Mm-hmm. There's this place called Fat Black Pussycat, and Sam and I, we went there one time. We usually go there. We play pool, right? Yeah. There's one particular time we go. We sometimes we like to play with strangers, because we're friendly people. So it's like, oh hey man, you wanna get in on this? So I think there's one guy. I think he wanted to play with us. I think he came up to us. We came up to him.
Yeah, I think he came up to us.
Yeah, and so we kind of like did like a teams kind of thing. And so I was on the team with Sam was on the team with the guy who came up to us.
Yeah.
His friend was on my team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my teammate, we're solids, right?
And I was stripes.
Sam and his teammate is stripes. For some reason, Sam just kept hitting solids in. No matter what he did. Like it was like 4 different turns, and he kept hitting solids. So the dude like screams, he's like, Sam, where's stripes? Where's stripes?
Sort of like a basketball game, man. It was sort of like we're watching like the Knicks or something.
He was screaming like a fucking basketball coach. Sam, where's stripes? Where's stripes? Like, but it's just like no matter what Sam, no matter what he did, like it was like 4 different turns, and he kept hitting solids in. No matter what he did, like it was like 4 different turns, and he kept hitting solids in. So the dude like screams, he's like, Sam, where's stripes? Where's stripes? Like, but it's just like no matter what Sam, no matter what did like he tried to hit the stripes, but he kept getting solids. He just kept like hitting ours in, and just like I guess the guy just like had enough. It's like
Where's stripes?
Where's stripes? Like you guys are self-destructing. So he was just like,
It's called competitive pool.
Competitive pool, man. Yeah, man.
I gotta keep this brief because there's too many stories that I can't put into this podcast, but I guess I'll tell you one last, and then I gotta cut this. When we were in the West Village again, around I think did we go to the Whitney Museum, or I think I forgot. We never went to the Whitney Museum, did we?
No, I don't think we did. That's the one that's like not too far from.
We were in the meat
from there.
Yeah, I think we were taking photos around the meatpacking district.
Okay. Yeah, I think we did go there one time.
Yeah, I think we were taking photos around there. And I just remember we were just hanging out in art galleries, and all of a sudden, like, we're in this downstairs space. There's like no people there. There's no what do they call, like a curator, someone that sells art.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what do you call people? So I go down there, and we're just looking at the painting, not paintings, but the digital artwork, whatever. And I just come up with this catchy thing. I'm just like, showing the West Village. Like, showing the West Village.
Yeah, I think it was they're selling art, so it's like, they had like their own like shop. They had their own space where they could sell art. And I think we looked at a painting or something like that, and I think it reminded you of the West Village. And then we was talking about Snoop Dogg. I think we was talking about Snoop Dogg or some shit like that.
No, it didn't remind me of the West Village. It's just something reminded me of Snoop Dogg, and I guess I just tried to do the whole Snoop Dogg imitation. I'm like, we're showing in the West Village.
Showing in the West Village. Snoopy Doo double jizzle.
We're out, man. We're out.
All
Thanks
right, man.
for tuning in.
I want to thank you guys for checking us out, man. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube, man. You hit that subscribe, man. Show us love. And as I said before, if you could name that bridge behind Sam,
you get a shout out.
You get a shout out. If you get it wrong, you don't get a shout out.
You don't get a shout out.
All right, I'm gonna have to break it to you.
All right.
But I'm Sean Solo.
Sam Banfield, signing out.
Signing out, man.